All right, Shalom. Giving all praise to the Most High, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakak Wadash. Peace to the hopeful elect of Israel, double honor to the apostles, the elders, and brethren, the great millstone for teaching this truth all around the earth. Okay, and to all the like-minded brothers and you few sisters out there who believe in the gospel of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, I say to you all, Shalom. This is your brother, Atazwan Bayat. I'm going to bring a quick lesson, and Lord willing, it'll be edifying, okay, to anybody that watches the video, okay, because that's what we're about. We're about the business of the Father to edify the lost sheep, okay, as they come in, and as we watch the sun set in the west. I'm not sure what I'm going to title this lesson, but it'll have to do. This lesson will be about rest, and gaining our rest. Okay. As we live our lives here, man, we're waiting on Yahweh Shai, and sometimes this life can be a little bit difficult, and sometimes we get weary, just in the flesh alone, and we look for the Lord to deliver us any day now. At least that's my viewpoint. I live every day hoping that this would be the day that the Lord comes and deliver us from this place, okay? And, being vexed of the spirit from time to time, and, coming from, where you work, working in general, having to support yourself and labor, just to eat, keep a roof over your head, and unrighteous decrees that go into taking your money from you and keeping you from getting ahead. But we know that that's part of our curse, and I'm going to read that here in a second. But we're looking to enter into that rest, man, that final rest, man, where we don't have to put up with this place anymore. We don't have to work for nobody, Mr. Charlie, anymore, okay? And we can finally be at peace, but through faith and grace and mercy in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is where we find our rest. That's how we get our rest. But we have to labor, even in that, okay? So without further ado, I'm just going to jump into Deuteronomy 28, and I guess I'll just read 64, start at 64, and it reads, "And the Lord, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, shall scatter thee among all people from the end of the earth, Salakia, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind." And sometimes we can feel this curse on you, Now, before you come into the truth, you knew you was dealing with this, but you didn't know why. At least I didn't. I didn't know why I was going through all the crap I was going through, you see. But once I came into the truth, the Lord rescued me, and I came into the truth by finding the brothers and the elders a great millstone. Some people would say it's a fluke, wasn't really looking for it, but, nonetheless, here I am, 4.5 years later or so, okay? But being in all these different captivities, and particularly this one being the worst of them all, constantly under pressure, you see, and looking for that rest. I'll read 65 again. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. Yeah, your mind can get plagued, bills coming up, no money or not enough money, okay, or barely enough money, okay. Those things can plague you sometimes. Verse 66, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life. Right. We don't know what's going to happen from day to day. You see, now with that comes coming into the truth, man, and understanding from day to day. We live by faith. Okay. But we labor to come into that rest, man. Let's go over to, I won't be long. I only have a few scriptures lined up here. Let's go over to Isaiah. Let me see here. Salakia. Make sure I didn't skip anything. I think I only have four or five scriptures to go into. Let's go over to Isaiah 14. I'll start at the top. For the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for servants and handmaidens, and they shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Verse 3, and it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. Okay? I'm going to stop right there because that was my point. Was we're waiting on that day of deliverance where we can enter into our rest. Okay? Where we won't labor for these devils no more, and the roles will be reversed and switched. Okay? But we have to wait on that. You see? That's when we come out of that curse. Okay? And there are many, many other scriptures, but I'm just going through to hit a few, to bring forth the point, of the whole lesson, and that's patiently waiting on the rest. It's going to come through Yahushua in that day. This will be Jeremiah 30, and I just jump in at verse 9. Let me see. Do I want to come in right there? Let me see. I'll just come in right there, verse 9. But they shall serve the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, which is talking about just coming out of Jacob's trouble, I believe. Yeah, verse 7, alas, for that day is great, so that I'll just start right there. Verse 7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him, but they shall serve the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. You see? I'll just read verse 11, just for kicks and giggles. For I am with thee, saith the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, to save thee. Though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure and will not leave thee altogether. And punish, yeah, we had to serve our punishment, but he's not going to totally destroy all of us. And we're going to enter into that rest. Lord willing, we hang on and we make it, and we of that number, and we're those men, okay? This is this is Micah chapter 2, and I'm just going to jump in at verse 7. And it reads, O thou that art named the house of Jacob, is the spirit of the Lord straitened? Are these his doings? Do not my words do good to him that walketh uprightly? Even of late my people is raised, Salakia, risen up as an enemy, yet pull off the robe with the garment from them that pass by securely as men averse from war. The women of my people have yet cast out their pleasant houses. From their children have ye taken away my glory forever. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. So even in this lifetime and dealing in these different captivities, these places are not our rest. You see? And we have to wait on the Lord. Let's go over to what the Lord said here, Yahushua, in Matthew chapter 11. And I'm just myself, not too long, leaving the plantation. And I just, coming out of there tired, my body aching. And I'm just, just feeling weary right now, you know what I mean, physically. And just can't wait for this to be over, okay? Then go to Matthew 11. I'll jump in at verse 25. At that time, Yahushua answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and hast revealed them unto babes. And the babes are the newly awakened Israelites. Okay, we come into this thing as babes. Okay. Even so, Father, for so it seemed good in thy sight. All things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son but the Father. Neither knoweth any man the Father save the Son, and he to whomsoever the Son will reveal him. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. You see, coming into this and learning who you are, it's no, sometimes, you're laboring in it. However, it's no harder than what you're dealing with in the world. You can get back on that path of righteousness, and it's no harder than you living in the world. It's easier. For the Lord is easy. You see, as he says, his burdens are light. Live righteously, to do the right thing. It takes a lot of energy to be a knucklehead, but it takes very little energy to just do the right thing. You see? I'll read that again, verse 28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest for your souls. Yeah. Come unto the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man, and get your rest. You see? Verse 30, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. And that's the rest we're looking for. And we go over to, I'm going to get this last scripture, the Apostle Paul. We go into Hebrews chapter 4. And I'm, you know what? I'm just going to jump in at verse 11. No, Slakia. You know what? I'm gonna read the whole thing because it's dealing with coming into that coming into that rest, and it gives reference unto what Yahushua just said in chapter 11 of Matthew. Okay, so let's start at the top. Let us therefore fear lest a promise being left us of entering into his rest, right? Yahushua's rest. Any of you should seem to come short of it. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them, but the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it, right? So you got to have faith in order to enter into that rest, okay? And you can't be an unbeliever, you see? Verse 3, for we which have believed, see, do enter into his rest, as he said, right? Just as he said in chapter 11, you see? As I have sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest, although the works are finished from the foundation of the world, right? And we read that basically in Malachi and Salakia. I can't think of Isaiah 14. All right. Verse 4, for he spake in a certain place of the seventh day on this wise, and the Most High did rest the seventh day from all his works, and in this place again, if they shall enter into my rest, seeing therefore it remaineth that some must enter therein, and they to whom it was first preached entered not in because of unbelief. Again, he limiteth a certain day, saying in David, today, after so long a time, as it is said, today, if ye will hear his voice, harden not your hearts. For if Yahushua had given them rest, then would he not afterward have spoken of another day? Yeah, because this rest is coming at the latter time for us, okay? So it didn't come previous to this because we had to get to this point, you know? We still had to go through the whole punishment, and for lack of a better way of saying it, you know, so it didn't come in the time of King David. Okay, I'll read verse 8 again. For if Yahushua had given them rest, then would he not afterward have spoken of another day? There remaineth therefore a rest to the people of the Most High. For he that is entered into his rest, he also has ceased from his own works as the Most High did from his. Let us labor therefore to enter into that rest, right? Keep the faith, right? Continue to do the things that you know are right. The law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. You see? Let us labor therefore. Let's do the work. Let us labor therefore to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. For the word of the Lord is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. Okay? Let me see if I want to go down. Yeah, I'll keep reading. Verse 13, neither is there any creature that is not manifest in his sight, but all things are naked and open unto the eyes of him with whom we have to do. Yeah, the Lord sees everything, every part of us, inside and out, okay? He knows the intents of our hearts, okay? And that's who we're dealing with. Lord willing, he's dealing with us. Seeing that we have a great high priest that is passed into the heavens, Yahushua, the Son of the Most High, let us hold fast our profession. Right, we profess to be the Israelites, the saints, okay? For we have not an high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin. Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need. Right? And when you get weak and weary and you get vexed in the spirit of being here, we have to pray and ask for that grace and mercy to keep the Lord's hedge, ask him to keep that hedge around about us so that we don't fall. We don't fall into unbelief. We don't want to give up. Okay? And then we can enter into that rest, you know. So that'll do it. You know, like I said, just a quick little lesson, you know. Like I said, I was leaving that wicked ass place and I was just drained and tired, you know, and I was just telling the Lord, you know, I can't, oh man, I just want today to be the day that we get out of here, okay? But in that, you find some inspiration, okay, in the word, and it keeps you charged and it keeps you going, okay? So Lord willing, that was edifying. Like I always say, go back and read the scriptures in their entirety, and that's going to do it. You know, I'm going to say shalom, and I'll see you on the next one. Shalom.